I want to hug you. I want to kiss you.
Since coming to Canada as a refugee in 2019, this is the only way Abdallah Al-Hamadni sees his wife and 3 boys who are in Gaza.
I am doing my best to bring you here to Canada. How our kids, they were under bombs, under darkness, no electricity, no water in Gaza, no infrastructure, no supplies, nothing.
His friend Mohammed Jadallah has 5 children and a wife and says they were 200 meters away from an airstrike that killed 45 people.
My eldest son, he was shielding her youngest brother siblings in order to protect them.
This is a photo his children drew for him of an airstrike. It reads, "We are afraid. Where are you, my dad?"
Anybody can create a hope for my kids to reunion again with them.
They and other refugees are calling on the federal government to issue temporary resident permits for their families.
People used to know them as minister's permits. So it's to relieve potentially harsh or unfair circumstances in particular cases. It is meant as an exceptional remedy.
They've done it before. When the explosion in Beirut happened, they immediately helped some of those families. They helped the families of the Ukrainian and the Ethiopian airline crashes. They helped after the tsunami. So we're not asking for anything that's without precedent.
Last week, Ottawa issued an emergency permit after Jihan Kunu came forward with a petition signed by 25,000 people, pleading that her husband and children could come to Canada. After the approval, she went to Cairo, a trip booked before the news, to hug them for the first time in 2 years.
What we're saying to the minister is the circumstances of that one case are exactly the same as the circumstances of all these families.
Amal Al-Batrawi in Hamilton has 2 girls in Gaza.
I'm really worried about my daughters, about my family out there, and they don't have shelters.
While Batrawi's son is with her in Canada, she says she often can't sleep thinking about having to leave the others behind.
The circumstances there forced me to do that in order to offer them a good and safe life. All we want is to live in a normal life like any other human being. And that's my dream.
Al-Hamadni, Jadallah, and Batrawi are trying to get a petition signed, hoping for the same result as Kunu. The Ministry of Immigration says they're aware of the situation of families in Gaza and have worked throughout the pandemic to prioritize vulnerable persons. Dale Manukduk, CBC News, Toronto.